Hi, Teresa Graham-Brett from parentingforsocialchange.com. Thanks for joining me today. I'm talking about wanting to help us to take care of ourselves as parents and what that means. You know, as parents who are really committed to trusting and treating children with respect, from being present and aware in our parenting process, and really committed to creating lives of freedom for the children in our lives, you know, sometimes we don't always take care of ourselves the way that we need to. And some people may think that what I'm talking about has to do with exercise or eating right or, you know, those kinds of things. And certainly, though, that's one dimension of caretaking that's really important, self-care that's really important. The other part of self-care that I want to talk about is being able to accept what our needs are as human beings. And so, you know, in my own experience, for example, I used to really judge myself pretty harshly when I couldn't keep going all the time and I got sick, or, you know, I couldn't just work through it and keep pushing myself, or I needed time away from people, whatever those things were. I would often feel less adequate. I wouldn't feel like I was as good a person. All the ways in which we experience conditional love and approval, the way we are expected to perform as children, often shows up for us as adults in the way of punishing ourselves when we don't meet this expectation 100% of the time. Well, the reality is all of us need time to recharge. And we might recharge in different ways. Some of us recharge by being around people. Some of us recharge by being by ourselves. You know, but what we can end up doing, because we've grown up sort of being graded and for our performance, is that we end up judging ourselves when we have needs that don't meet whatever those expectations are. So if I expect that I'm going to be this mom who's there, aware, present, you know, never upset, never grouchy, never tired, with the children in my lives all the time, and what I'm needing, if that's my expectation, but what I need is some time by myself because I'm starting to get grouchy, you know, I could judge that, and I have in the past judged that. Like, why am I getting grouchy? This is what I love to do. This is what I'm passionate about. I made this choice. You know, why do I need this time away? And I would judge that and think, what's wrong with me? And there may be ways in which you judge your own needs. And in some ways, these needs are like thirst. Like when we're thirsty, when we need water, when we need a drink, we don't judge our body for needing that drink. We go and we get water and we drink it. And if water's not available, then we wait till the next opportunity where we can get some water or something to drink and we satisfy our thirst. But so often, our other needs, which might be emotional or psychological, you know, we judge them. But those needs are just as important as thirst. So the reality as parents is that often we can't always meet those needs. I can't necessarily every day get 3 or 4 hours by myself to meditate and recharge and write and do all the things that I would love to do as a more introverted person. But instead of judging myself, I can provide myself some self-care and some self-love by acknowledging that might be what I need and not judging that need, just as I wouldn't judge thirst. So if there are ways that you judge what you need to recharge, what you need to take care of yourself, that act in and of itself isn't taking care of yourself. So we don't always get what we need, right? We don't always get everything that we need. We don't always get all the sleep that we want. We don't always get all the exercise we want. We may not get all the time that we want or need with our friends or by ourselves. But the need itself is just that. So we could embrace that. We could acknowledge it. We could see that as just another part of who we are that doesn't have to be subjected to a should or a don't or, you know, some kind of punishment when that comes up. That's as important a kind of self-care as any other kind of self-care, whether it's drinking when you're thirsty, you know, sleeping when you're tired, whatever those things are. So as you go into this new year, think about self-care in this different dimension of accepting what your needs are, accepting what your limitations might be, accepting that you are human, and that there will be times when you're not 100% there, not 100% thrilled to be doing something that you're being asked to do, and that's okay. Take care of yourself by accepting where you're at and what you might need in that moment. Even if you can't immediately satisfy that need, you can at least embrace who you are and what's happening for you and take care of yourself in that way.